Let's go. What up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. God bless everybody watching now, live and on the repeat. Guys, we got a great show. A quick one, real quick, y'all. Got to go eat dinner. You know how that goes, y'all. We've been out here trying to do our pre-show, so here we are, and there we go. Let's introduce my co-host. The hostess with the mostest is Christi MAGA.
Woo! Hey, Nino.
Sis, well, I'm all stressed out over here. Anyways, let's be professional. You there?
I'm here.
If y'all only knew. Anyways, and let's bring our special co-host, the one and only Macaroni. I don't even know what to say. Liberty Dragon. Hey.
Out here breathing fire. Sing.
You're looking very exuberant, brother. I must say.
Trying to keep up with you.
Let's go. Okay. Hey, shout out Rio. Shout out everybody. Hey, guys, we're fixing to do the show right now. We got a couple of topics. Like I said, nothing too crazy. Thank you for joining us. Christi, crazy week. Let's get right into it, sis. Basically, the submarine. We're going to talk about this, y'all. This one's wild because I'm going to be honest, y'all. Conspiracies, The Simpsons. People making memes and jokes. You know, even Lib wanted to capitalize and make some memes over there. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's be honest though.
Never joke about such a thing.
But you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. So some people have I don't even want to say a sick sense of humor. Some people just joke like that and make memes. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I saw some funny ones. I'm gonna be honest. They have one with Biden in there. They said, "Oh, if we would hope" or something like that.
No, that's I was gonna send that to you. That's the one we need to post.
And then they had one with George Floyd, I think. And then they had one.
Send me that one, bro.
They had one with the LGB flag. Anyways, y'all, they had some crazy memes, y'all.
They got to be posted. Those three. I ain't
gonna lie. Real quick though, hey, but I don't want to be disrespectful, y'all. I'm kind of starting the show off wrong. We believe in free speech. But real quick, Christi, we talked about it since I even made a post, right? Because I shared a post online saying that, you know, it's not a joking matter. But let's be honest, y'all. People on the internet, they do what they got to do. They do what they want, and even me, I chuckled a little bit when I saw some of these memes because, like I said, anyways, I'm already starting the show off wrong. Christi, help me out, sis.
Look, hey, you got me over here laughing, and then you're like, not laughing. And I'm like,
I know, and I'm like really upset for these people.
No, for real. It's messed up.
No, seriously.
Throw me under the submarine. Okay, I'm done.
No,
I swear, I'm done.
Seriously though.
All right, let's get serious.
It is just a tragedy, and
hell yeah.
I know that whenever I kind of got involved in this story, I was reading about it. It came through as breaking news that the submarine had been lost. And then, Nino, there were all kinds of stories about employees that had said that this submarine was not built up to standard.
A lot of problems.
And lots of problems. And talked about how much each passenger, paid to go down to see the Titanic wreckage and things like that. But I know that some breaking news just came in, and we're going to be talking about a lot of different things, but some breaking news just came in from James Cameron, who was the director of the Titanic. And what I found out that was wild is that he has more time on the actual Titanic wreckage than the actual captain of the ship spent on the ship.
Okay.
He's been down there 33 times. He's an expert in diving and submersibles, and talked about that the materials were not up to par.
And I got a video here. Okay.
Yeah. And, I think that's like the first thing is just that all the millions of dollars that were spent looking for this submarine, reports of bangings and clangs that were supposedly coinciding with like the naval distress signals and things like that. But, there's just so much to this that we need to talk about.
And this is a quick live, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. We touched on a couple main topics we came across, and again, it's a messed up deal because I think it's been verified. All 5 passengers died, and I believe someone said they got incinerated or basically the thing imploded, and damn, it's pretty messed up now I think about it, y'all. And again, I'm sorry, y'all, for joking on the intro with the memes, and someone said it was LGB and whatever and George Floyd. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They were funny memes with those people. We're not George Floyders, and we don't support that other stuff. So, you ain't gotta like it. We're gonna be honest. But back to what we're saying, I'm gonna play this little clip. This is a guy with 20 years experience. This is an awesome video. This video got over 1.2 something million views in 24 hours, y'all. I'm gonna play this, Christy. And this guy had this was a day ago, y'all, and he had his issues with the submarine. And I didn't even really know about the sub. I didn't know about the owner. I didn't know too much about it. But this video that I'm fixing to play right now, y'all, he kind of lays out basically the info on the sub. And to be honest, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Everybody in the chat and listening, what would you do? Would you get into a submarine? I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I saw how small it is. I would not want some other grown men that close next to me in close proximity. I'm just being honest about that part. And then going into the ocean, no, it's a no-go for me. I wouldn't. Christy, Lib, would y'all go into a submarine real quick?
Nope.
No, but you know what? I have a quick comment to say because I have a lot of people who are talking about the submarine and they're talking down on these people. They're saying, oh, well, they deserved what they got because they're doing something that most people would never have access to doing. Well, guess what? Not everyone should have access to everything in the world. You have to work up to certain things. You have to level up your character in order to go to a certain mission, to go to a certain area. That's just how life works. If everybody started out with access to everything, then what would be even the point of working up to certain things? So I disagree wholeheartedly with that take. There's certain things that you should not be able to do from day one. You have to get your clout up, get your money up to be able to do that. And there's certain things I can't do right now, and I accept that. But this is the greatest country in the history of the world, and we have the ability to work up in life. And I look forward to those days.
I like that, Lib. Thank you. So anyways, y'all, thank you for joining us on the chat, y'all. Like I said, we're going to give some info. We want to do a longer live, but I ain't going to lie. I'm a trucker. Got info on my truck breaking down. I have some issues, so we kind of got stalled. Let's go to this clip, ladies and gentlemen. God bless everybody watching now and on the repeat, all the people in the crowd. Thank y'all for watching. The YouTube's doing great. Here goes this clip right here, y'all, of the 20-year vet. Well, I'm clicking the wrong button over here, y'all. My bad. Now embarrassing. Right here. Boom. That might be the right clip. There. This man right here is a 20-year vet. I'm just going to let it play, y'all. This guy's pretty good. Check it out. Over 1 million views in 24 hours.
On Sunday, June 18th, 2023, OceanGate suffered loss of communication with their Titan submarine, a deep-diving Cyclops class. Titan was designed to take up to 5 people to the Titanic wreck site and other deep-water locations. As the Titan descended with its crew of 5 to the Titanic wreck, an hour and 40 minutes into the dive, communication with the submersible was lost. This is about the same time that she was scheduled to drop ballast and touch bottom at near the 2-hour mark. So those may be connected. We're not sure yet. Loss of communication with the vessel below 3,000 meters is not uncommon. It's a non-zero chance of happening as it happened during testing. So it was not unexpected. So as the hours passed, on June 18th, 2023, communication was not reestablished during the 10-hour dive. After approximately 12 hours, the topside support team on the ship Polar Prince contacted the U.S. Coast Guard at 9:13 p.m. to report loss of contact with their vessel.
So remember, guys, this guy is ahead of his time. He predicts what happened, but he's saying within 10 hours, 12 hours, they reported they lost communication. Okay, so I don't know if the reports are out yet, Christy and Lib in chat, but I think they basically passed or imploded within this time frame. Is that right, Christy? Now that we're with the facts.
So everything, so the reports that are coming out believe that as of Sunday that the wreck had already happened. But what doesn't make sense to me, Nino, and this is where I'm going to get into some of the conspiracy theories, is so the reports were coming out saying that they were searching a field as great of an area as the state of Connecticut. Okay. They found the wreckage 500 meters, which is about 546 yards, which is about, when you break that down, about 5 football fields away from the Titanic wreckage. They spent millions sending other subs down, sending sonar planes around and stuff like that. And everybody's questioning now why that happened and why closer to the Titanic wreckage wasn't searched first. Like you and I talked about.
What's your issue with that, sis? What do you think? I mean, is it conspiratorial?
Because it doesn't make sense. You're gonna send all of these submarines down, and you're not gonna search the area of the wreckage before you would search anything else. That doesn't make any sense. So the air was supposed to have dwindled in the submarine today, and they found it like 3 hours after the air would have would
Oh, so
have
you're saying, of course, you're saying that by the time
depleted.
it took to find them, they were searching elsewhere instead of where they should have been searching. Is that what you're saying? Basically?
Yeah, I mean,
But
they were going to look at the wreckage of the Titanic.
Yeah.
They were found 500
Right there.
yards from the Titanic.
Well-
So I mean, you're telling me that they didn't see them, they didn't see the wreckage then? Makes absolutely no sense. No sense.
Well-
And then for them to say on Tuesday that they were hearing distress calls on the sonar planes that coincided
Right.
with naval distress signals,
See-
but now they're going back and saying this happened on Sunday. Just doesn't make sense. None of
wow,
it makes
good point.
sense.
And then they're saying they're hearing knocking and noises. I don't know. Chat, everybody listening. I'm trying to find the correlation. Did they implode? By the time they made it down to go look at the Titanic, basically, y'all. I don't understand. I guess I don't know if the info's even out there yet, y'all, because you're saying there's varying reports of, sonar sounds, distress signals. But then what under the impression I had, y'all, was that they dropped the submarine into the water, basically lost communication. I forgot within an hour. They said 10 or 12 hours they reported it, but I believe within 2 hours they said that's when they really lost communication at the very beginning. But they said it's kind of normal, right? But anyways, I was under the impression now thinking back at it that they went down there and somehow had my wife said it was a pressure pump or something that basically failed on them and they imploded. So I was thinking that they died or imploded the day of the launch of the submarine.
So there's been lots of submersibles that have gone down and explored the Titanic wreckage. This is the first that has ever resulted in catastrophe. And James Cameron really talks about in his thing that he built a sub to go to the deepest place in the ocean. Talks about that they use the cheapest material possible.
Wow.
They use carbon fiber, which is stronger and lighter than steel or aluminum.
And I got the video.
But it has no strength and compression. So whenever you get down to that pressure, I mean, they say that, Navy divers have to get into hyperbaric chambers whenever they dive because of the pressure.
But sis, my wife said that supposedly that the owner of this submarine, that they already got stuck in the Titanic. They already took this down there and got stuck, and they thought they were going to die. Did y'all hear about this, y'all?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my wife
No,
told me
I haven't heard
earlier.
that.
See, there's a lot of reports, y'all. And again, we don't want to be sitting here speaking conspiracies or half-truths, but it's a developing story. But my wife told me that basically some equipment failed on them or that they got stuck a while back looking at the Titanic, and they thought they were going to die then, but they got out of it. Anyways, Eric has a good point, and I'm going to play this rest of this clip because he's right. He said, but they pick minorities over experienced professionals, choosing inclusive and diverse rather than being safe and secure with proven professionals operating everything during the dive to Titanic. Boy, this guy right here.
True.
Hey, shout out Eric. Hey, break it down, Liberty.
They were saying, I saw them saying, we don't want just 50-year-old something
White man.
We want to have
That's what I want.
diversification.
Hey, Liv. Hey, Liv. I want the 50-year-old veteran white man with me, Christy. Right,
Right?
Liv.
You want the person who does it, not just because. But I
I want
actually
the
have
white
two thoughts
engineer.
about this.
Yeah, straight up.
I know we're all wondering why haven't they found it way quicker. But if you think about it, this submarine was top of the line technology-wise, and it can't be as easy probably as we think to just send cameras down there to detect exactly where it is, because the pressure, like Christy was saying, the pressure is so high. But another thing I thought is since you're saying how weird it is that they were found so close to after the amount of air would have ran out, maybe possibly it could have also been on purpose, because if you're a billionaire and you wanted to fake your death and you wanted to get away and nobody would have, any findings of you, this would be a pretty good way. Go down and then just drop some wreckage and then just sail all the way to another part of the ocean. I'm just saying it's a possibility.
And real quick, let's talk about this. Didn't they say that the situation with Biden didn't get released? Like this was all coincided at the same time frame, y'all. Like it could be a distraction with the media and with Hunter Biden and Joe Biden and all this stuff that's coming out, y'all. I mean, don't blame us for being
there's
conspiracy.
so many distractions lately. So many.
Let's continue, y'all. Good points. I'm gonna go back to the comments, but I got to finish this video of this.
You don't want to read these, Nino. You don't want to read these comments because you're going to die.
Yeah, we'll do that in a minute, okay, y'all? But let's get back to this video. I want y'all to hear this guy. This guy's badass. He predicted this a day ago. 20-year vet. This is the guy they didn't want on the sub, y'all. This is the one they should have had on the sub, though. Let's get back to it. Badass video.
Too white.
He's a white 50-year-old dude. So let's go.
And he's
That's a summary of what happened. So in this video, I'm going to describe to you vessel construction, the systems that they have on board, the concerns that I have about the design, about its experimental build. And first, a disclaimer from Ocean Gate's Expedition.
Check this out.
Listen to this.
An experimental submersible vessel that has not been approved or certified by any regulatory body and could result in physical injury, disability, emotional trauma, or death. Where do I sign?
Where do I sign, right? So Ocean Gate Expedition waiver explains just how experimental this design is. It's not registered or certified by any agency or the Coast Guard, like some of their other submarines actually are. This one is not. This is like an experimental plane, but it's a submarine in this case. It spells out the dangers in writing for everybody on board, and that you may die if you ride on board the submersible. It says it right there in the waiver. So let's talk about the data sheet that they have. This is from the Ocean Gate website. The Titan is a 21,000 pound, 22 foot long, electrically driven submarine for 5 people. The test depth is calculated to be 4,000 meters, and this is kind of key because right now this is just the naval architect engineering calculating the strength of the pressure vessel without an actual dynamic test at sea at this point, 4,000 meters. It is built of 5 inches of carbon fiber with a titanium hatch glued on the bow and a steel or titanium dome on the aft. It has 96 hours of life support, which is very vague. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Sensors and systems on board are built and produced by Teledyne Blueview. They have the 2D sonar and the Doppler velocity INS, which is an inertial navigation system that is upgraded with the ultra-short baseline, which means it's very accurate at calculating motion while submerged. And this system, I know, is very good. I have no questions
good thing about it,
about the Teledyne equipment. It's probably the best thing on this thing that actually works. All right, so here's the pressure hull under construction. As you can see, it's just a carbon fiber weave that is just loomed left and right until it becomes 5 inches thick.
I do not trust that. I do not trust that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
Carbon fiber wrap that's designed to withstand the pressures of 4,000 meters of sea depth. Here is a video of it being, of the titanium hatch rings being installed on one of the ends. Watch this.
When they connect it, watch. It's crazy.
That's the adhesive right there. Think of it like a very thick glue. It's going to bond the titanium ring that you see there onto the carbon fiber pressure hull.
Look at this.
And they only get one chance to do this because once it's on, that bonding agent adheres. And it's not coming back off again after this. So they very carefully line it up. It looks like they got it right. So good job getting the hatch rings on. This is going to go on both sides, the forward bow and the aft section.
This is too much room for human error, y'all. Let's be honest. Let's continue.
Here's what the aft section looks like. The aft section is simply an aft dome that is placed on that titanium ring. On the front, there is an access hatch that we'll show you here in a second. But now I want you to watch this short interview that the CEO of Ocean Gate, Mr. Stockton Rush, had with Teledyne Marine representatives. Teledyne Marine are making the sonar systems and inertial navigation systems for this vessel. But listen to what he talks about. The CEO talks about hiring people.
Yes, I mean, when I started the business, one of the things you'll find there are other sub-operators out there, but they typically have gentlemen who are ex-military submariners, and you'll see a whole bunch of 50-year-old white guys. I wanted our team to be younger, to be inspirational, and I'm not going to inspire a 16-year-old to go pursue marine technology, but a 25-year-old, who's a sub-pilot or a platform operator or one of our techs can be inspirational. And so we've really tried to get very intelligent, motivated, younger individuals involved because we're doing things that are completely new. We're taking approaches that are used largely in the aerospace industry is related to safety and some of the preponderance of checklists, things we do for risk assessments and things like that that are more aviation related than ocean related. And we can train people to do that. We can train someone to pilot the sub. We use a game controller so anybody can drive the sub.
I wonder how inspired they'll be now.
What, Liv?
I said, I wonder how inspired they'll be now after seeing this failure, you know?
Gate expeditions avoided hiring submarine veterans because we're 50-year-old white men like myself and would not inspire young people. And that's a valid reason. I wouldn't expect, say, the young teenage generation to look up to me and be like, I want to be like that guy. I kind of get that. But also, you don't want to just only hire young college graduates that you would then train to inspire the next generation. You have to have subject matter experts at some point in the chain. And I'm not talking about the vice admiral that's on the board of directors. We're not even going to talk about him. He's a retired Coast Guard admiral, served, honorably, no problems there. But you don't seem to have a subject matter expert that's from the submarine community that could maybe talk about some of the problems that we're going to go over today. Just some things that I've seen just from your promotional videos on your site. The team included technicians that threw a hammer in college was his qualification, besides being a college graduate. Another college graduate was a surfer. He hired him on because he enjoyed his surfing stories, I guess. I don't know. But the idea was to train these young college graduates in operating the submarine with a game controller. Let's take a look at this game controller. It's a PlayStation 3 wireless controller.
Okay, look, and that was a point. Everybody, look, let's dispel the things. Christy, touch on this real quick before he delves into it. And I told Christy too that basically the game controller, people have problems with this, but he'll explain how a lot of operations are done with game controllers because they don't want to develop a whole new system to, for one machine to train it to steer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He explains it. Christy, go ahead with the game controller situation because people were saying that's the reason that it's a conspiracy that whatever. No, but this is kind of normal. Go ahead, sis.
Yeah, so I had talked to Nino about some of the safety concerns earlier, and that was one of the things that I brought up. And he was like, "No, sis, I read in literature that a lot of people use things that look like game controllers." So I did some research on it, and he's absolutely right. The Navy uses something that it's not that unheard of, that uses something that does look like a game controller to steer different submersibles and things like that. So that's not that unheard of with the gaming control looking thing.
Yeah, let's finish this off, y'all, because I don't want to watch this whole video. This whole video is badass. I watched it earlier, but I'm just telling you, this video is good, y'all. If you want to get a chance to learn about the whole story, this guy critiques the whole plan. I can't even read these comments over here, y'all. I'll continue real quick.
I can't either. I've had to turn them off. I can't read them.
I really don't have a problem with it being a PlayStation controller. It could be any kind of controller that they want. I really have a problem with it being wireless. You don't want to control your submarine with a wireless connection. Like, what happens if the batteries die? Do you have an extra set? Do you always put fresh batteries in on every dive? Did you bring extra batteries? Is there a USB port where in a pinch you could plug the controller into whatever system you have there and actually control, or does it have to maintain a Bluetooth connection? Did you bring a spare? And does that spare sync properly if the primary controller doesn't work? Like, are these things that they thought about? I hope so. We don't know. They've only shown this one. All right, so let's talk about access. This is the bow or the front of the Titan. And the only way in and out of the submarine is through this forward hatch that is held on by 17 bolts.
Okay, look, and people were saying, and I made a post about this, even if they would have been on top of water at the top level, y'all, they would have ran out of air. They couldn't have got out. There was no way to get out from the inside. I wanted to make that point clear before we played this clip. Oh wait, you couldn't get out. Let's continue.
Oh, you would die anyway, immediately.
There is no other egress. There's no other way out of the submarine other than through the 17 bolted hatch, and there's no way to open it from the inside. You can't undo the bolts from the inside or swing the hatch open. You are completely dependent on the surface support vessel topside whenever you get in this thing, that they're going to let you back out before your 96 hours of air runs out. So he talks about taking examples and learning lessons from the aviation community. Well, one of the worst non-flight disasters in NASA history was from the Apollo 1, where 3 astronauts lost their lives doing a systems check on the launch pad.
And they couldn't get out
while they were bolted into their capsule. There was a fire that started in there. They were alive when the fire started. They reported it to the control center, said, "Get us out of here, get us out of here, there's a fire." And before they could get the bolts off, the astronauts had passed away. This is a very important lesson learned that apparently Stockton didn't learn from, or at least forgot, because he's locking people into this submarine with no way for them to quickly get out themselves.
That's sad. She's about the Apollo 1, right?
It is. I have to say that I know that we're kind of laughing in the comments and stuff like that, but it is really sad. The only thing that has given me some solace in any of this is knowing that they said that they died within milliseconds. And
that's better. And that's kind of what I said too, because we're hoping and praying that they were you know, sitting there, which is kind of messed up if you think about it. It's kind of like your dog, right? Your vet tells you to put your dog down, and you're like, no, I want to, you know, be selfish and spend more time with him, when it's probably better to put him down, right? And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to compare them to a dog or nothing. I'm just saying that kind of happened to us with our dog, and then it was a messed up deal. But I'm just saying, it's probably best, and I don't want to be morbid like they say, but it's probably best that it was a quick, you know, situation.
I mean, a millisecond.
Instead of them suffering,
Yeah.
think about it. The other option is them suffering at the bottom of the ocean, running out of air in the dark, smelling feces and hot. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But then again, like Lib says, I got to be honest, y'all. What if these fools booked it? Anyways, I digress. I don't know. This is all weird, but we'll continue. I want to let them finish it off, y'all. This is a good clip, but I don't want to sit here and watch the whole video. Go ahead.
To be fair, at least, you know what I'm saying, it was very memorable. At the very least, you got to think about it. This is an experience
Historical.
that not many people get to experience. So at least at their fleeting moments, they saw things that most people will never see in their life. So you got to think about it that way too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's continue, y'all. I'm gonna let them finish up, and then we're
in the
gonna go
case
on.
of a casualty. So let's talk about life support. The datasheet claims that it has 96 hours of life support for 5 people. My question is, how was this tested? Did they put 5 people in the submarine while it was ashore, sealed them in?
See, and I want to move on, y'all, because basically he just tears apart the whole situation with the sub, y'all, how they didn't really test it. They should have tested it better. So, again, if you want to watch this video, it's a good video, over 1 million plus views. I don't know if there's anything else I can catch before I cut it off. Hold on, y'all.
The only evidence of a deep submergence test that we have with the Titan, the specific submarine, is when Stockton Rush, the CEO, took it down to just over 3,000 meters by himself solo in about a 10-hour trip. This does not verify the atmosphere system will support 5 people.
Right.
Okay? Certainly not for 96 hours because he wasn't even down there that long.
Let's see.
Fumes out of.
I don't even know what else he has here.
And then they submerged the sled.
He talks about how they he said that was
slide
good.
the sled into
how
the seas, and then they submerged the sled. As
He liked it how they did this.
Here's another photo of that sled, presumably during testing, because it looks like it was near Everett, Washington, whenever they took this photo. But this is what that sled looks like. Here is it submerged. They submerge it down to 30 feet, where it is then stabilized. And the seas can be pretty rough, 30 feet at the surface, and down here they'll be very calm. And from this platform, this is where they dock and launch the submerged vessel.
Let's see. Let me see if anything else. I'll
Loss
move
in
on
testing as well. Whenever
he said at the
fiber in
end,
the past knows that it does not crack, it shatters like a porcelain plate. So whenever it does fail, it fails quickly and
check this out. He talks about this is the last thing I'll play, and then we'll move on. Check it out.
It's very strong, but it's not.
He talks about
First, they used the carbon fiber.
the glass.
I'm sure this list will grow, and we'll know more once the investigation is complete on the submarine. First, they used a carbon fiber pressure hull. That is great to a point. It's lightweight, it's very strong, but it's not perfect. These things are not made out of magic. And everybody that's worked with carbon fiber in the past knows that it does not crack, it shatters like a porcelain plate. So whenever it does fail, it fails quickly and unexpectedly. And because the test depth of 4,000 meters was never actually tested before they brought guests on board, this is one possibility, is that the carbon fiber pressure hull shattered. For whatever reason, maybe a defect in the construction. You could speculate all you want about that, but that's one possibility. Also, he hires young, inexperienced technicians. That alone is not a problem. I support that. It's a great idea, especially with inspiring the next generation. But with your young, inexperienced technicians, you have to hire subject matter experts in submarine operations and safety. You have.
Yeah, so again, y'all, awesome video expose on the whole thing. I watched it. I listened to it all at work. I just want to play a little bit of it. I didn't want to do a reaction to it, but there it is. Basically, and this was a day ago. Right beforehand. And he even says at the end, y'all, let me see if I get the last clip. It's kind of sad that he says this, but check this out, what he says at the very end. Check it out. This was yesterday.
But it's the truth. Submarine ride. So the Titan began its descent with 5 souls on board. Contact was lost after an hour and 40 minutes, and contact was never reestablished. And I really feel terrible for all the families involved, because your family members are dead. And it hurts me to say that, but it's the truth. And I hope this video helps give you some closure, helping you know what probably happened. We'll know more in the coming days. I'll probably do a follow-up to this, but I hope this video helps you process what's happened this past week. All right? Thanks for watching, everybody.
That's true. This guy's a G. That's true. Rest in peace. And this guy's a G who made the video.
Yeah, and like I said, he this is a day prior, y'all. So this is his expertise. This is the 20-year veteran, 50-year-old white man that they didn't want a part of this, you know. And he even said he's for, you know, bringing the young blood on and getting the young people involved. But hey, get the OG involved. Let him, you know, give his take. Anyways, awesome little video y'all just want to share with y'all. Chrissy, any other info before we move on? Go ahead, sis.
No, I just was going to say that, you know, I kind of agree with what Tito said, that he doesn't feel too bad. Like, I really feel bad if people really died and all of that, but it just makes no sense at this point. If it's just kind of like we talked about, Nino, like if you're investigating a crime, you're going to go to where the crime happened or something like that. That many submarines down there searching for them, and they didn't search 500 yards around the wreckage of the Titanic. It just makes no sense to me. Like, and then to say that this happened on Sunday, but they heard banging on Tuesday, it just, none of it makes sense to me.
Let us know in the chat, y'all, if you think something crazy happened or you think it was just a mechanical failure. To be honest, I'm going to give everybody one final word before we move on to the next subject. Is it distraction or not? But real quick, y'all, I believe that it was a mechanical failure. I don't believe it was too conspiratorial. I believe that a distraction it was, as far as us making it a distraction, right? It's a hot topic. You know, we want to talk about it. Yeah, we want to talk about Hunter Biden. We're going to talk about Hunter Biden. There's other things happening in the world. Amen. But something about this touches your heart and soul. You know, something like this is interesting. It's intriguing. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime situation, right? Like Lib said, they're going to go down in history in the history books, y'all. I mean, I'm going to be honest, you know. And so to me, I feel like the distraction was, we made the distraction. We wanted to be distracted from everything else, and we wanted to focus on this. And I believe it was a mechanical failure. Something with that, you know, submarine wasn't built correctly. Too much pressure going that deep, 2 miles underneath, you know, the surface of the top of the ocean. Come on, y'all. That's too dang deep. So I believe that it wasn't conspiratorial. I don't think that nothing else weird happened. I believe that we're so used to the media lying to us, and we're so used to the conspiracies and a lot of Q-tards and whatever, y'all, that basically we tend to head that route. But again, I'm just gonna be honest. I think it was just a mechanical failure. Lib, your point of view, and then Christi, and then we're gonna move on. Let us know in the chat what you think, y'all. Was it conspiratorial, or do you think it was basically what I just said? Go ahead.
My point of view is I don't want to speculate because I don't think there's quite enough evidence to say one way or the other. But of course, you have to be open to multiple different possibilities. Anybody who shuts out a possibility like this after seeing how much we're lied to constantly is, you know, I don't know what to say. But at the end of the day, you know, some of the memes are funny, but like not everybody should be laughing as hard as they actually are at some of this stuff. And it's sad, and God bless their soul, you know?
Thank you, Liv.
May they rest in peace.
Go ahead, Christi.
I think I've said everything. And I've mentioned this on other lives before. I hate that I've become so hardened that I feel like that everything has something behind it. It just doesn't make sense to me. And if more details come out that prove otherwise, then you know, I'll read those and things like that. But I don't trust mainstream media. I don't trust, you know, things that are being said. And so I think that there's more to it than's being said. I just can't believe it. Not at this point.
Okay, and with that, we got another clip we're fixing to play. Check this out. If you want to get your blood boiled, check this one out, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of being distracted, I do feel that the media, right, played a big role as far as using this horrific tragedy, like Chula said, right, this travesty to take the look off of the Biden crime syndicate, right? So check this clip out, y'all. And I watched this last night on Fox with my wife when we were eating dinner, and I told my wife, crazy. This is a wild clip. We're going to talk about Hunter Biden, that crackhead. Christi, we got a lot of info about this guy. He might get a slap on the wrist, but this is what I want to show y'all real quick, ladies and gentlemen. This was last night on, you know, this old geezer, Hannity. He looks like crap, to be honest. I don't even watch this guy, but he had Kodak Black's lawyer. Christi, introduce this clip before we start going.
It's just him. It's the attorney of Kodak Black reaming the Biden situation with the tax evasion and the gun charge. And Nino will get into that, but then we're going to break it down even a little bit further.
Okay, check it out, y'all. Kodak Black's lawyer is pissed off. Let's go.
Didn't your client get 46 months? A sentence for 46
months for
for the exact same crime, the exact same thing that Hunter Biden is not even pleading to. He's actually getting a diversion program, which you almost never see diversion programs in federal court.
Never.
I mean, it is less than 1% of people that plea that actually get a diversion program. I've only seen it once in my 26 years, and it was on a case that was so horrible, it actually should have been dismissed. That's how bad the case was. But in order to save face, they gave a diversion program. It has never, ever happened on a gun charge. And I would challenge the individual who gave him that offer to see how many times they've offered diversion programs on gun charges.
Didn't your client get 46 months? A sentence?
Yes.
That's crazy. And I said this was Kodak Black's lawyer. I'm pretty sure it was, but I might be wrong. But that's what I thought. Real quick though, y'all. Simple rules for how do they say it? Rules for thee, not for ye, or whatever the hell they say, y'all. Basically, we know what's happening. Christy, give us some more info about this wicked lawlessness happening right now in America.
Blew my mind. So whenever I started researching a little bit of this, he has a plea deal that will give him misdemeanors for his tax evasion and wipe his felony gun charge completely off the table. If he follows certain, I think it said certain protocols that the court will put into place. I just don't understand. Like, it's beyond me. And then there's been whistleblowers that have come out that said that that Biden did interference to have the Department of Justice kind of interfere with the charges. And it's just a lot, guys. It's a whole lot.
Go ahead, Lib. What do you
think? But like you said, Nino, what I was going to say, Nino, like you said, all this was happening whenever we were, so focused on the hope story of the submarine people being found.
And then think about it, sis. We're waiting like a cliffhanger that the air's going to run out today. But little did we know, from what I'm kind of thinking, they passed days back, kind of like the gentleman said with the 20 years experience, right? But it's kind of weird, how the story stretched till today, and we're all praying and hoping that they survived. I think 8:30 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning is when they were supposedly running out of air, which they're saying they imploded, disintegrated. But I digress. Lib, your thoughts on this whole justice system that's just basically a circus. Go ahead.
L. Hunter, he a crackhead. He a criminal. And you know what? I actually saw this post. Actually, it's a book. I think it just got released where they listed over 100 different individual crimes that the Biden family has committed. And these aren't small crimes like, maybe taking a couple documents here accidentally, like these are serious. And, some people may have accidentally had some documents, but we know they had good heart, But these guys are actually committing crimes, are actually colluding with foreign governments. These people are actually selling our country down the river. Another globalist family. That's why, Hunter Biden was doing those little blow pop arts. And that's why people were buying copies of them for dozens of thousands of dollars and the original for hundreds of thousands of dollars because they're money laundering for all their little friends. And that's why it's so paramount that they can't let anybody get access to the documents of Ukraine. That's why they will stop at nothing to throw billions and billions and billions of dollars at Ukraine, because if somebody else is able to access the servers, the databases, the information that has all of the different facets of what was going on with the Biden family, then they're really in big trouble. So for them, it's not something they could possibly give up on. They'll send as much as they possibly need to keep on funding that, to tie that in a little bit. Let's be honest.
Hey, Liv, I love what you just said, but I didn't pay attention to a damn word. You know why? Read this comment, bro, on the screen.
I can't wait.
Who is this?
No,
who is Tyler
Potts?
They said
hey, look,
I'd take Kodak's lawyer over Liberty Dragon's Melop lawyer any day.
Who is this saying that? So they know the lore about me. I ain't gonna lie.
Liv, they don't like your lawyer, bro. They remember your lawyer. She's a purple hair.
You already know. You already know.
Hold on. When I was there in DC, I met, I was in the Capitol. Everybody gets to already know the lore.
Who is that? Let's catch up that guy.
The lore. But when I was in DC, look, I didn't go But that week while I was there, they had a whole drag like queen like race around her block or something. Obviously, I wasn't there, but she was saying, "Oh, tomorrow morning I'm busy because we have a drag," and like whatever. But like, I mean, look, all I gotta say is she represented me as best as she possibly could, even though she disagreed with everything that I was about. Which I think I convinced her a little bit.
She said to me, what was it she said to me?
She still represented
Lady,
me well.
none of your damn business.
Man, I wish I would have never erased that damn live, man. I messed up. That was classic. Hey, she said she
I got it still screenshotted part of
good.
it.
Hey, Liv, real quick though, bro. I think, bro, I'm gonna be
You
honest.
sent
Liv,
it to me, bro.
Liv.
That's history, bro. I give you the best history, but it's okay.
I messed up
Okay, let's go
erasing
back.
it. I was trying to get monetized, so I had to erase videos. I didn't know how to do it. But anyways, Lib, I think your lawyer screwed you, bro, to be honest. I think your lawyer didn't do...
I'm free.
Well, look, I'm going to be honest. I think your lawyer, bro, let's be honest, Lib. She's a Trump hater. She's a LMLOP, right? She's pretty mean and rude, but you know, hey, she did a good job for you. But I'm saying, Lib, I think that she probably, look, hold on, Lib, I gotta be honest, Lib, and I didn't want to go down this route, but shout out this badass comment right here, Lib. But let's be honest, bro, Lib, hold on, Lib. If you were not a Trumper, bro, do you think that you would have been treated better by her? Do you think you would have got a better deal if you were a libtard like her? Be honest, bro.
Well, to be fair, I didn't. They were trying to coerce me into getting the China virus shots. They were trying to make me do it. I refused, of course. But I will say, even though she completely is like totally into that kind of stuff, she said you can't come to my place if you haven't taken the shot. All that, but she gave me a hug. She picked flowers for me from her garden. I truly believe that she did her absolute best because even though she doesn't believe in Trump, she absolutely, I can say unequivocally, she believed in me. So that's one thing I will absolutely say, that she tried her very best. Her strategy was a little bit weird because she went to court and she said, I'm sorry, he's got ADHD, he's impulsive. Damn. That's the only reason he did it. I was like, what do you make me say? And he's like, he's not that politically sophisticated. He just did it.
Oh, damn.
Listen, I was in court. I was like, look, I had to go testify for myself. I was like, I can't take that L.
Damn.
I was like, Judge, I'm really into it. I'm up with Trump against. I still believe what I thought. I just maybe shouldn't have did what I did. I said, I don't. They wanted me to admit, and the judge even told me, she's like, will you disavow? I was like, listen, I haven't talked about it in a while, and I don't think I did the right thing, but I still believe what I believe, and can't make me change my mind.
She said she was scared for her life. She saw people wearing Trump shirts and was scared for her life.
She's a straight libtard. Hey, look what Hefe says. Liberty Dragon got more time for going to the Capitol than Hunter Biden.
No, facts. That's crazy.
Oh, damn.
It was, listen,
Hunter Biden didn't have a clear record, bro. Not you.
We were chilling. We were going through the ropes. If it was Antifa in there, they would have took every painting of George Washington and Thomas Jefferson and snapped them over the leg and started a fire, a real right. Well, when I was in there, we were chilling. And then I left. They said, it's time to go. I said, okay, I'm gone.
Okay.
We are completely off track.
I know. This is bad. Oh, this is too funny. All right, y'all. Sorry, everybody. This is too good, y'all. My bad. And
Nino kind of set the tone for this live whenever he started about the memes of the submarine, and we've just been cutting up ever since.
Yeah, and to be honest, y'all, damn, dude, I wish I would have never erased that freaking live with your freaking lawyer, bro. Your lawyer, your lawyer was golden, bro. That libtard.
But it's in the documentary, the entire thing.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you're in the not the entire thing, but clips of it. You're in the documentary. I'm in the documentary, and clips of it's going to be in there. So I can make a last copy.
Lib, be honest.
One last thing. You're my boy. Otherwise, I'd be super mad. But I gave you history. So he goes, I thought you were going to save a backup, but it's okay. We'll make more history.
You know what it was, bro? I didn't know too much about YouTube, about how to save the files and download them. I didn't even know, bro. That's when I first made my YouTube, I didn't even care.
That's your boy.
Anyways, hey, Lib, be honest. What did they tell you, bro? The people that were making the documentary, what did they say about me? Be honest.
They said, man, you chill with this crazy kook. No, but they said they had a lot of respect for you. They said you're actually one of the greatest interviews that they've witnessed. They said you know how to push and pull, push buttons and then to reel back a little bit so you can get the right amount of information, the right amount of reactions without making somebody want to quit, basically. You know what I'm saying? So they gave you hella kudos. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, cool. All right, y'all. So there it is. Hold on. Let's see. Hey, any other?
I came in and just went savage on her.
Yeah, Chrissy went in there and. Okay.
So I'll say that.
Okay. So, anyways, y'all, back to. Sorry, we went off track. We went off the rails. It was too funny with that damn comment, y'all. Anyways, go ahead, Chrissy.
The one thing that I do want to say about the Hunter Biden thing, though, is so going back and reading about this gun charge.
Yeah.
It says that it says that, I guess it was his wife at the time, because it says Biden's son and daughter-in-law is what it said, dumped this gun in a trash can. The trash can was right across the street from a high school, and that's another charge in itself.
Oh.
I've got it pulled up right here, I think. Yeah. It says that. Let me get it pulled up.
I didn't know about this part, sis. Wow, yeah, no wonder they wanted us focusing and praying for the submarine over there. They didn't want us to know about this part. What was your antennas when he was dumping the gun in the school playground?
Yeah, and then the gun came up missing, and they went back and tried to find this gun forever, scared that it would get into the hands of somebody around the school.
So hold on, Chrissy, who did that?
Hold on, I'm trying to find this again.
Yeah, how can you be so dumb? Why would you buy all the places you could put it?
How sorry? No. How cold-blooded would you be to put the gun in where the kids are at? Like, who would do that?
Not to be funny, but he could have sent it to the bottom of the ocean. It would have been better than this. Okay, I
would have rather got caught with the pistol. Go ahead.
If anybody laughs, you're canceled.
What's up, Chrissy?
Okay, it just says that maybe we were asked for a favor. Secret Service accused of a cover-up over its alleged involvement in police probe when Hunter Biden's lover, Hallie or Haley, however you say her name, dropped his handgun in a trash can near a school in 2018. And that, you can't have a firearm within so many feet of a school without it being another charge. And yeah, so they're saying that the Secret Service covered that up also.
You know what? That's wild in itself. I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, real quick. Only God knows what Hunter Biden has really done or did, y'all. We're only knowing the things that we've seen on his video camera and his laptop. But just imagine the stuff that Hunter Biden has done that nobody knows about. Don't dwell on it too much. Don't dwell on it too much. It might be really perverse and wicked, but this guy is a sicko, and his father is the president of the United States. What a damn shame. Anyways, let's go and wrap it up, y'all. What?
You know who else knows, especially Satan.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. Christy, all right, hey, we're going to wind it down, y'all. I got to have dinner with my fam. Christy, final words, and Lib, unless we got anything else we got to go talk about, go ahead, sis.
No, I think that we kind of hit everything that we needed to hit tonight,
And more.
I know that, to watch out for these distractions, keep our eyes open, and we're just going to keep pushing the truth.
Amen. Go ahead, Lib. Final words.
It's a W Live, getting back in the game. You know how it is. Nino America's about to go viral. He's got me on his team. I'm working behind the scenes, writing scripts. We got a whole new strategy. Bam! So just like Blitzkrieg, we got to do it quickly and efficiently. Not that any of us can be compared to the people who did Blitzkrieg. I'm just saying the strategy itself. So before anybody jumps the gun on that, you know what I mean? It's your boy, Liberty Dragon, out here breathing fire. Ching.
Ooh, someone's on your case, Lib. Read that one.
Hold on.
Read that one.
And didn't Trump get indicted? Didn't Trump get indicted? All the heroes get indicted. All the heroes get indicted. I got indicted. Come on.
Facts. Hey, real quick, Lib, we're going to touch on Andrew Tate, y'all. We just didn't. That was a topic.
Romanian indictments are a little bit different, though, and we'll talk about that on our next show.
Corrupt. You're right, because they're much more corrupt. You're right.
No,
Ooh, Lib and Christy. Lib and Christy, one-on-one.
Tater hater.
Tater hater and the tater lover and the MAGA hatter. Hey, we got to go, y'all. Go ahead, Lib.
I'm not a tater lover. Okay, I am. But I'm just a realist, okay? Once there's legitimate evidence, then there's something to talk about.
I think
Take a sip of that sparkling water.
Hey,
Now, just so everybody knows, look, Nino America is scared of bubbles. He said he does. I'm sorry to put you out there. He doesn't like sparkling water. So I'll be in my Bugatti, hitting my cigar.
I like Crow. I like Crow water. It's pretty good. But I'm with the Topo Chico. Oh yeah.
Topo Chico.
Okay, y'all finna get out of here,
Perrier
y'all.
is better though.
God bless y'all. Real quick, thank you for joining us on the live, watching now and on the repeat, y'all. God bless y'all in the name of Christ our Lord. Amen. Check us out on Instagram. We're always there fighting with these you-know-who's, getting it in. And remember, y'all, keep focused. Stand for anything or fall for everything. Is that my quote? You're an American. You're a patriot. You got grit. Christy.
Act like it.
Wow.
Ching.